Sir Edward Heath was and remains to be one of the most famous names to have ever lived in Salisbury. He was Prime Minister of the United Kingdom for 4 years in the 1970s, having led the Conservative Party for 10 years. Over the years, Heath showed a real passion for music, having proven to be a talented musician and conductor. Now his former home in Salisbury, Arundells, have put together an exhibition to highlight his passion.
A portrayal, a story of Sir Edward Heath's love of music throughout his life, and what a cornerstone that played throughout his life, from his early years at school to Oxford, his time in the army during the Second World War, his time in politics. I think it was a real foundation for him. His love of music started at a very early age. He was an organ scholar to Balliol College, Oxford. In the army, he formed a dance band. It was always there throughout his life, and I think it provided relaxation, it provided interest, and he conducted many of the world's leading orchestras.
Heath first moved to Salisbury in 1985, 4 years after turning down the offer made by Margaret Thatcher to become ambassador to the United States and Secretary General of NATO. He continued to focus on his music alongside fellow musicians in the city. He lived here in Salisbury, of course. How much of an impact did it have on the music in Salisbury as a city?
Well, I think it made people aware that he was here. This was his house. He lived here for 20 very happy years from 1985. He was known as a conductor of some leading orchestras. His love of music was well known. So I think it would have made a difference, yes.
The former Prime Minister's passion for music was emphasised by him installing a Steinway grand piano into 10 Downing Street. If you are lucky enough, upon arrival to Arundells, you will hear the sound of soothing music being played on a Steinway by the Foundation's very talented staff.
I think there are two major interests and loves that he had outside politics and being a politician and statesman. One was music, that was probably the earliest, from very formative years right the way through his life. And the other one was sailing, and many people watching this may remember the Morning Cloud yachts. He was the captain of the British Admiral's Cup team twice. Those two interests were right at the cornerstone of what he did and his interest throughout his life.
With us now finding ourselves in the second half of the year, there is still plenty of time for people interested to witness the exhibition themselves.
The exhibition started at the beginning of June and it will run until early November when we close for the winter. We're open every day except Thursday and Friday. The house is open and the exhibition and the garden are open from 11 o'clock each day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So please don't hesitate to come along to the close, have a look at Arundells, look at the collection and look at this wonderful exhibition which utilises many artefacts and memorabilia from within the house itself.
On display at Arundells, you will find a number of items highlighting Sir Edward Heath's love of music, from his childhood all the way to conducting orchestras around the world. Pete Baldry, That's TV.